So today we are starting to talk about absolute value equations. Again, what is the absolute value, Austin?
Absolute value means that whatever you get will always be a positive number.
Right, but what it actually means?
Oh, yeah.
Distance from zero. So the absolute value of the real number x, written as like that, is the distance from zero on the number line. Okay? So if I talk about absolute value of 5, what is it? 5. And if I talk about the absolute value of minus 5, it is
5.
also 5, right? And why that is true? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 5. These two numbers, minus 5 and 5, are both 5 units away from 0, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One goes one way, another one goes the other way, but they're both 5 units away from 5, the same distance. So, if we are talking about general number x, and x is greater than 0 or equal, then we can say that absolute value of x is just x, and absolute value of minus x is
X.
x. Very good. Okay. So if the absolute value equation is such an equation that has the absolute value sign in it, and the variable is within that absolute value sign. So this is what's called absolute value equation. How do we solve this? If the absolute value of x equals 5, what do you think x is?
5.
It could be 5, or
X.
it could be also what?
Zero.
Negative 5. Right?
It's gonna be.
Sorry. I did that. I'm clumsy.
It's okay, we all are.
Okay, so the x could be 5 or minus 5, right? Because both 5 and minus 5 have the same absolute value of 5. Make sense? Okay. There is another definition right here, extraneous solution. The solution that does not satisfy the original equation. And we'll go through examples, but sometimes when we solve the equation with the absolute value in it, we will find the solutions that really are not the solution of the original equation. We will see the examples, it will totally make sense. So just the definition, the term to remember is extraneous solution. Yes,
That's
Marie?
not on our paper.
Oh, it is, no?
Mhm.
Okay. Interesting.
You want us to write it?
Yeah, you can just write it down. Extraneous solution is solution that does not satisfy the original equation. Minors? New word. And if I mispronounce something, you have to correct me. Extraneous. Question? Hannah? No. Okay. So, how do we solve the absolute value equation? Here is the equation that we need to solve. Absolute value of 3x plus 3 equals 6. What do we do first? The first step is to get the absolute value by itself on one side. Everything else moves to the other side. How do we do that?
Subtract the 3.
Yes, subtract 3. Very good. So we have this 3x within the absolute value sign equals 3. So what is our next step? To get rid of the absolute value bars, set what is inside the absolute value bars equal to the positive and negative number on the other side of the equation, right? So remember how we solved the absolute value of x equals 5, and the x could be 5 or minus 5? It's the same thing. If the absolute value of this number 3x is 3, it means that 3x could be what?
3,
Are there 3 or 3x could be
negative 3.
negative 3? Very good. So we have these two solutions, two possible solutions. To get them, we need to solve this equation. That is your third step. Solve the equations. How do we solve this? Divide by 3. X equals 3 or x equals, I'm sorry, x, no. Run. Right, so I need to divide by 3 both sides. So x equals 1 or x equals minus 1. So very often or most of the time, the absolute value equation will have two solutions. Not all the times, but most of the times. Yes, question? Yes, two answers. You always have to double check. So there is really another step. You have to check your answers, right? And we'll do that. And to check your answer, take the answer, plug it into the original equation. So I'll do it for the first one. Absolute value of 3 times my x is 1 equal plus 3 equals 6. I want to make sure that the equality still holds, right? So absolute value of 3 is just 3 plus 3 equals 6. Is that true? Yes. The solution is good. I will double check the second solution. Minus 1. So I take my original equation and I plug in the solution. 3 times minus 1, absolute value of that, plus 3 should equal 6. But I need to check. So 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. What is the absolute value of minus 3?
3,
3. 3 plus 3?
6.
6. Very good. So my solution works. So these are the steps that we need to do to solve this kind of equation. Questions? Straightforward, right? Okay, let's try to solve some. The first one is the easiest one you could ever find, right? What do? Absolute value of x equals 10. What should I do?
X equals 10 and x equals negative 10.
Or x equals negative 10. Very good. Right? So just to make sure, we'll check. Well, there is nothing to check, but let's do it anyway, just to get into the habit of it. So the absolute value of 10, 10. Worked. And the second one, the absolute value of minus 10 is 10. Works. Right? So on my number line, I have 0, and then the first value is 10, the second value is minus 10. They are both 10 units away from 0. Easy. So let's look at the second one. Absolute value of 3x equals minus 18. Anyone wants to say something about this? Yes, Mary.
You're going to do 3x equals 18 or 3x equals negative 18, and then you're going to divide the 3 on both of them.
Yes, we can do that. Just go through the steps, right? 3x equals 18 or 3x equals minus 18. And then just solve. Right? So x equals 6 or x equals minus 6. So let's check. The first solution, absolute value of 3 times 6 equals minus 18. I need to check that. Right? So this is still unverified. So absolute value of 18 equals minus 18. Does this make sense? Absolute value of 18 equals minus 18. Is that a true statement?
No.
No, right? So this solution is extraneous solution. We don't include it in the answers. What about the second one? Absolute value of 3 times minus 6, and it has to be equal to minus 18. So within my absolute value sign, I have 3 times minus 6, it's minus 18. And it has to be equal minus 18. Is this true? No, right? Another extraneous solution. So there are no solutions for this equation. Did we have to go through these steps for this particular one?
No, yeah.
Look at this equation. Absolute value of something equals minus 18. Is there something wrong with that?
It will never equal negative number.
I can never have the absolute value equals negative number, right? Because absolute value by definition is what? The distance from the zero. It's always positive, right? So we didn't even have to go through all these steps to say that there are no solutions. Do we see that? Leah, do we see that? Yeah? Absolute value can never be negative. So right away, we could have said no solutions. Everyone is bored because it's so easy, because it's so boring. Okay, let's try to solve another one. Do it by yourself. Let's do this together. So, looking at my steps, remember we went through step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1 was to make sure that my absolute value expression or the absolute value is on one side by itself. It's kind of pre-done for me, right? So I have on the left side, I only have the absolute value. On the right side, I have everything else. What is the next step? I need to say that whatever is inside the absolute value, this is just the number, right? And it's 5 units away from 0. So this whole number, whatever is within my absolute value sign, could be either 5 or that whole number could be minus 5, right? I cannot just start moving that one outside of the absolute value by itself. Some of you made that mistake. Right? Because this is just the number. 2x minus 1 is just one number, like 8. And I know that it's 5 units away from 0. So I set the whole number to 5 or the whole number to minus 5. And then I solve these two equations. Make sense? So let's solve them. Yes, Mary, how do you solve them?
Well, after you get to that state, you want to add the ones on to the side.
Plus 1, so I have 2x equals 6. And then
You want to divide.
divide by 2, so I have x equals 8.
And then you do the exact same, only
Exactly the same, very good.
the answer's going to be negative 2.
So I have two possible solutions. Just to make sure, I should probably, so it's or, right, two solutions. This is the whole answer. To make sure, you want to double check ourselves. Take that answer and plug it into the original equation. So check. Absolute value of 2 times 3 minus 1 should equal to 5. Right? So 2 times 3 is 6, minus 1 is 5. So absolute value of 5 should equal 5. Needs to be a column. Look at that important. So absolute value of 5 equals 5. So this one checks out. Check the second one for me. Does it work? The second one doesn't work?
Yes, it does.
I think it does, right? So let's check. The absolute value, the absolute value of 2 times, my x is minus 2, minus 2, plus, no, minus. I'm sorry, let me recover this. keep moving the board without even noticing. Okay. So the absolute value of 2 times minus 2 minus 1 should equal 5. So 2 times minus 2 is minus
Negative 4.
4, minus 5 is minus, minus 1 is minus 5. Absolute value of minus 5 is 5. So it works. Right? Absolute value of minus 5 equals 5. That checks out. So we have 2 solutions to this equation.
So 5 and negative 5.
No, the solutions are 3 and minus 2,
yeah.
right? X is 3 or X is minus 2. Questions? Okay, let's try another one.
Can we try this one by ourselves?
Yes, try this one by yourself. So we take 3x plus 18, whatever is within the absolute value sign, and set it up to 6, or minus 6. Everyone got that? Next. And then we just solve both equations. Okay. Almost, right? So what are the mistakes? Wait. So who can find the mistake? Mary. What is the mistake?
Okay, let me look at it for a second. Wait.
Will. Will or William? You go by Will?
Yeah, I go by. It's supposed to be negative 4.
Yeah, so where did we lose the sign, right? 6 minus 18 is negative 12.
Oh.
And then minus 6 is minus 18 is negative 24. So both sides need to add the minus sign. Right? So yes, minus 4 or minus 8. Very good. So we have 2 solutions, and let's grab them. Thank you, Dylan. Let's grab them, right? So we have 0 right here, and then we have minus 4 somewhere here. That's one solution, and then we have minus 8. That's another solution. So 2 solutions. And just to make sure, we should always check, right? So you do the checking for me. Would the first one work?
Yeah.
Did you check? And then the second one?
Yeah.
Yes. So to check, you just take the solution, plug it in the original, and make sure that the equality sign still holds. Questions? Very good. Next one. Next 2. Hannah, what do you think about number 5? Exactly. Immediately Hannah knows that there are no solutions. Why?
No, look at the way the
Why? Say it.
It's a negative.
Because we have the absolute value, which is always positive or 0, equals negative value. That cannot be. If we go through steps, we will find two solutions, but when we do the checking, they will not work. This will be two extraneous solutions. Very good, Hannah. Everybody got it? So no need to even solve anything. The absolute value sign is always more or equal than 0, right? Either more than or equal to 0. Plus. Okay, so what about the second one? Number 6. Well, not exactly, right? Because we have the positive number, which is the absolute value, minus 12 equals minus 4. That could be, right? Because the absolute value could be like 2, or actually it could be, yeah, so it could be like, right, so we actually have to go through the steps, right? Because that absolute value could be a small number minus big number, we could get into the negatives. So let's solve it. Azay, come out. You want to come here and solve?
Yeah, come on, Isaiah.
Come on.
Come on, Isaiah. Get up there,
Yeah.
Isaiah.
Let's do it.
I didn't write it down.
That's okay. You are saying everything correctly. So let's just write it down. So what do we do? Yes, we add 12 first to make sure that everything within the like the absolute sign on its side by itself. Yes. So what do you have? 2x plus 8. Yes, equals 8. Very good. And now what do we do? Yes. Very good. So we have two possible equations, right? He's getting rid of the absolute value sign, and he says whatever is within its absolute value sign could be either minus 8 or 8. Very good. And then we just solve two equations. Let's solve them.
Yeah. That's
Minus 6, right?
That's a minus.
That's plus.
What's wrong?
That's plus, right? 2x plus 8 equals minus 8. 2x plus 8 equals 8.
Oh, okay.
Right? So let's
Oh,
write
yeah.
it a little bit. Let's write right there. You write there, I'll write here. 16. I'm just as messy, so I'll just do that too. Two x plus, yes. So 2x plus 8. Yeah, you are getting, you need to get rid of the absolute value sign, right?
All right.
Mhm. And if you are done and know how to do it, continue with the next one.
I have a question.
You screwing up the class?
Yes.
Is that correct, or am I saying things?
No, this one.
Okay, so one possible solution when we solve it is x equals minus 8. Mhm.
2 times 8 plus 8 equals 8.
And then the second one
It's the new
is 0. It's not this value. Right? So we have, thank you, Isaiah. So Isaiah solved both equations and he got two possible answers, 0 and minus 8. So first of all, let's grab them. We have 0 right here. That is one possible solution. And then another one is minus 8. So this is the second possible solution. Right? We have to double check. Get into that habit. So let's check. The first one. Let's check the minus 8 first. So absolute value of 2 times minus 8 plus 8, absolute value sign, minus 12, should ideally be equal to minus 4. Is that true or not? So 2 times minus 8 is minus 16, plus 8 is minus 8. So I have absolute value of minus 8 minus 12 equals to minus 4. I'm still checking. What is my absolute value of minus 8? 8. 8 minus 12? Minus 4, right? So 8 minus 12 should equal minus 4, and it is, right? 8 minus 12 is minus 4. So that first solution is good one. It was this one. By yourself, check the second one. X equals 0. Yes.
Are we distributing this to, are we dividing it by 14?
By 2.
Divide?
Mm-hmm. Right? So does the second solution work? Anyone checked?
Apparently it does.
It does, right? Because 2 times 0 is just 0, plus 8 is 8. So absolute value of 8 is 8. 8 minus 12 is minus 4. Works perfectly. We have 2 solutions. Very good. Okay, so let's do, well, we have plenty of time to finish, so let's just do the next one. This one, number 7. What do I need to do first? Yes, exactly. Let's divide so that this 2 doesn't like bother me, right? I'll just divide everything by 2. Just so on one side, I only have the absolute value expression. And this, I already know how to solve. Let's solve it by yourself. I'm not recording. What am I? Okay. And we are solving.
You want to check if it's right. Yeah, I just said it was right.
So I need to check. And I do the same for the second one. And it works. So, I saw that some of you were graphing incorrectly. Make sure that on the number line, you actually graph your answers, the x's that you found. So right here, I would have minus 5 over 3 right here. And then I would also have 3. So those are my answers on the number line. Not my 7s or minus 7s, right? It's actually minus 5 over 3.
Oh, right. Over. Well,
Right?
that's just-
And 3. These are my solutions.
yeah, right.
On the number line, I want to show the solutions, the x's that I found. Questions? Good. So number 8. Let's do it by yourself. What is the first step I'm going to do?
Wow. Or if you want to be considered a snowflake. Oh, please.
That looks a little better.
Nice, snowflake. Maybe better the snowflake.
Divide.
Maybe better the snowflake. That's the one I'll choose. think you're trying to remember.
I didn't do my math, right?
No,
No,
not
she's
yet.
Okay.
It's so good. I think someone's good.
Yeah, thanks.
Everybody got the same answer? -5 and 1. Questions? Very good. So just couple more. This one is a little bit scary, but it's not that scary, right? It is pretty easy.
Sounds right. Oh, it's still okay.
Everybody should be solving if you didn't finish yet. You done? Let's just do one more. Just one more. Yeah. And then talk to each other. Make sure your answers are the same.
I just think I'm copying over.
No, I won't. Because you just fixed the mistake of mine, so yeah.
Anyone wants to come to the board and solve it here? Leah? Come on, let's go. You don't know? Come on. Come on, Leah. It'll be fun. Come on. Come on, Leah. Come on, we have all the time.
So guys, this is hard. I'm looking at some of these graphs and all I see are number lines. You guys have to put a closed circle on your solutions to show us that, you know,
Oh, yeah.
your solutions,
I
okay?
didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you see how I'm graphing it? Closed circles. Answers. Closed circles. Everyone hears that, right? That will be on the quiz and on the test. It will be important. You have to show.
I have a question.
Yes.
No, that's a good.
What do you mean that my handwriting is phenomenal? Kind of.
My handwriting is scary.
My 7 sometimes looks like a 6 apparently.
So if you multiply
And
by
my 6
negative
are
both
going.
sides,
Sometimes my
then
6
you
looks like a C.
Okay.
But at least I can read it enough like this.
Okay, so anyone wants to come here and solve?
Very deep.
I'm blue 10.
Go for it.
Nice. I want to finish this. I want to finish this.
Natalie, you want to come and solve? Come on. I'm tired of doing this. Come on. So what do you do first? Yes, so the first step Natalie did was take 3 out, right? -3. And then she multiplies everything by -5 to get rid of that ugly coefficient right there, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
okay. I just
See,
made
that's why I wanted you to write, not me.
Finish that equation. Just thank you.
Right? Might not fit. Everybody got to the same point? X plus 4 equals 25 or x plus 4 equals -25. All good? And then we just solve. 4. Done?
Oh, one, excuse me. All over you guys. Faster.
Yeah, so that's good. That's the same thing, yeah. Very good. Yeah, so right here, it's going to be big minus 5 divided by minus 1 over 5.
Or it's not the right answer.
This one doesn't have.
I'm sorry?
This one doesn't
But
have.
yeah, that's the
It's
same thing.
18.
Okay, so everyone got the same answer. 21 minus 29. We need to check.
Anyone not get that?
I got that.
Wait, what?
Alright,
I got that.
21 minus 29.
I got that.
Did you check the answers? Did you check the answers?
Yeah.
Did they work?
Yes.
I believe you. I believe Mary. Answers work. So we need to find them on our number line. The first one is right here, 21. We put closed circle on top of it. And then minus 29 is somewhere over here. That's your complete answer. Okay, so what is the last one?
Only one of
Number
them
10.
work.
Oh, I think they can do this.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's fun. Please.
So actually, you know what? I think everybody got that, right? Everybody knows what to do. Let me ask you a different question. So we are talking about, and this could be useful for future, right? So if I want to write down the distance, if I tell you the distance from my point to my, let's say, to 4, number 4 is 3. How do I write it? If my x, the distance between x and 4. So the distance between x and number 4 is 3. How do I write it? What do you think? Okay, let me ask you.